Go say.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've all been waiting for. The chairman in the house. The chairman in the house. Oh no, we are about to start with our mini program. We thank the chairman for joining us, and without further ado, I'm going to ask you to put this. Is that what we use those standards and see put it on the
Good morning, everybody. We are back. The show is called TBR SSF Show, which simply means TBR Solution the Sports Forum. It is myself, the Saubrey Boyz Walefatshe, together with Pete Stirrup. Pete Stirrup is from, he has landed from England. There's noise. I don't know whether, yeah. I hope you'll hear me. He has landed from England, and then how was the weather down there? It's summer now.
Not summer. It's exactly the opposite. So we're in autumn and they're in spring. So it's very similar, actually. It's been very similar weather. Yeah, they were not to the same temperatures. A little bit lower. But generally speaking, the weather's very similar now.
Now, Pete, just describe the weather. I've never been in London. That would be nice to go. Maybe one day. Describe the weather.
I wasn't in London.
I
wasn't in London. I was in the northwest and the northeast of the country. Yeah, so I went basically on the northeast. I was there by Newcastle, that side, and in the northwest, I was in Manchester. Yeah.
Now, if you describe the weather for a person like me, a South African, if I want to understand it quite well, how is your summer? Is it too hot? Because that's what I am told. Or is it?
Well, look, it's influenced a little bit now by global warming, but you get basically summer is July, August, September. That's basically summer.
I don't think you get my question. My question was,
what's it like?
how hot it is, how cold it is.
Well, we were there
Let's
3
say
years
you
ago.
take the South African weather, Durban and Cape Town and
Yeah.
South and Johannesburg, so that at least a person has a picture.
Okay, so the summer, the last time I was there, excluding this previous trip, they had temperatures basically in the upper 30s. And for the English people, that's not the norm. I mean, those houses are built actually to keep out the cold and not actually to keep you cool. So the guys were sweating there that time, including me. Yeah, it's unusual temperatures. That summer, you can get summer's a bit of an anomaly in the UK because of where they're positioned close to the Antarctic, not Antarctic, the other one, the top end of the polar region. They tend to get a lot of cold and wet weather because it comes down from the pole there. So Manchester traditionally has a very heavy rain flow, as do the rest of North of England. Yeah.
So there's a lot of water down there. There's a lot of water down there.
There's plenty of water, but funnily enough, when they have some hot weather, there's always water shortages. It's all about catchment area. It's about where it falls and where they've caught it and how many people use it, etc., etc. So we have a similar thing, yeah.
Right, let's go back to soccer now. Soccer now. Thabiki, just greet the viewers. Pete,
okay. Okay, good morning to yourself, Mr. Shabalala, and to you, Mr. Peter. I'm looking forward to a great show. And then, yeah, good morning to the viewers too. Good morning to everybody else all over the world. Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, Pete, Thabiso has been with me for some time. He does what you call our sports program on Facebook, which is called a TBR Solution, Sports Forum 2 and Sports Forum 1, updating news there on social media. Remember now, communication has to be done in all angles. Now, guys, today...
Good morning, everybody, by the way. Good morning, and good morning to you, Thabiki and Saubrey, and to the viewers.
We started by talking our stories. That's why we forgot that we haven't greeted. It's so exciting. It's so exciting. I don't know. Because there's too many podcasts, which is good, because you get the news from all angles. I don't know whether people understand that news are very important, especially on financial matters. Very, very important. If you don't get the news, and then there is a problem. And now the news is in abundance, so you can choose, pick and choose. So I've been watching what's happening in various podcasts, what people are saying about Kaizer Chiefs having won the title after 10 years. It was nice to see Dr. Kaizer Mtaung. They were celebrating there at Chiefs Village. And then Kaizer Jr., Jessica Mtaung were doing the media tour, talking to the people. That was very nice and encouraging and celebrating. But over and above that, I heard people were talking. BBK on Sunday, I think Sunday Time or Sunday World, came up with the story that Nabi won't be the coach next season. Kaizer Jr. was asked that question. I think that it was on Marawa, if I'm not mistaken. He didn't answer it directly. He didn't want to entertain. He said, we are busy celebrating and so on. So we don't know whether the coach is going to be kept at Kaizer Chiefs. Did I listen to various podcasts, as I say, Peter Du Toit and Farouk Khan happened to be at Kaizer Chiefs. Peter Du Toit has been with Soccer Latuma. Now they are doing their podcast called Soccer Beat. A seasoned journalist, he has been around in terms of journalism and stuff like that. Then they had their own ideas that maybe the guy hasn't succeeded. He has failed. Let me put it that way. He has failed. He hasn't done well. So Chiefs should let him go. Then Farouk, Peter had his own suggestion, hire Farouk, hire Mangoba Mniti, various people that he mentioned, and then to fix Kaizer Chiefs. And then, I hear Jomo saying, winning a cup is more of a luck. It's 4 games, nothing serious, but the league is a marathon. It's week in, week out, week in, week out. So, yeah, I don't know, are these people saying it frankly, or is because they have issues that they want to gripe? Is it fair for them to say that? But let me ask you a question. Do you guys think that we need to keep, Chiefs should keep Nabi? Or should they decide, let's cut our losses and move on? And then I hear Joe saying in their own TV that, Sundowns, when Mangoba lost a few games, they said, stop. They brought a coach quickly. Then he said, that is why, okay? And they have a very strong structure underneath that helps them to maintain the momentum. All right. And then, so I'm listening to all those noises. So I want to hear what you take. That's one thing that I want us to talk about. Another one is this one. Mamelodi Sundowns have done well, winning the title for the 8th time now, which is really, really, really brilliant. And then they need to be congratulated for the job well done. So that's another story that we need to look at. Well, you cannot underestimate what Pirates has contributed to our football. Pirates are playing with youngsters, and then they competed. They went to semi-final of the CAF Champions League. That's Orlando Pirates. It didn't end there. They are number 2. If they win the last games, I don't think anyone will dispose them from number 2. And then, well, they didn't win the trophies this season. Am I right, Thabiki? Pirates didn't win the trophy. Or did they win the MTN 8? I think they've won something. Did they win something?
Yes, they did. They got the MTN 8, the first trophy that was offered to on our season here in South Africa. So Pirates did very well. For me, I'm proud of them. No,
that's fine. I just wanted to confirm that for now. Okay. So we are looking at all those things and start now analyzing all these 3 teams: Pirates, Chiefs, Sundowns. All right, and what they've done. Yeah, let's start with you, Pete. Maybe let's start there. And we are also looking at Barcelona, who have done well. That will be later. And also Man City, for the sake of Pete. Tell us about his team. Is it going to do well the next season or what? Now, Thabiki, I hear you wanted to say something about Pirates. Jump in quickly. Thabiso? Have you frozen? It looks like he has frozen. Thabiki?
At least.
No, the mic is closed. Okay. Now, Pete, what do you want to say about all this noise? Should they keep Nabi? Or should they say, no, you know what, at least we have won the title. Let us not dismantle what we have.
You're talking comparisons. I'm also taking comparisons. Oh,
yes,
here we go.
Yes, I'm here.
No,
can you hear me now?
Yeah, we have frozen. I don't know, but yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay.
Say, Thabiki, you're saying?
Its picture's gone, eh?
Yeah,
it's
no,
back.
Yeah. Yes, Thabiki?
Yes. The question was about Orlando Pirates, right?
We've moved on from Orlando Pirates. We are now discussing Nabi. Should they keep him, or should they dispose him and get a new coach?
I'm also standing on the fence, but then if Kaizer Chiefs or
No. Thabiki, get a nice spot. Get a nice spot. Thabiki,
go.
Thabiki, get a nice spot. You are cutting. Let me go to Pete. Sort that thing out. Thabiso, Pete, let's go in.
One question before I answer that now is, how long has Nabi been in position?
He has completed a season now.
Too early to dispose of him. At the end of the day, this trophy cabinet is not empty.
He's still going to play 2 games, and he can qualify for top 8. All right.
Yeah, yes, if you think about it, it's a bit early to sort of like push him out there. I think you've got to give the guy a chance. It's not something you come into a football club and everything goes hunky-dory straight away. Taking it back to Alex Ferguson, if you remember his starting couple of seasons at Man United, he was nearly fired a couple of times there. And, look what he went on to do. I mean, at the end of the day, Nabi's got something in the trophy cabinet there. So I think you've got to give him a chance. I mean, really think about it now. Let's keep with the Man United scenario and comparison there. They're in the final now of the Europa League, Man United against Tottenham. If they win that trophy, they win that game and they get the trophy, would that be considered to be a
success?
A good season? I mean, at the end of the day, where are they now? 14th, 15th, something like that? They're not going to be relegated or anything like that. But they're not where Man United would supporters would want them to be. And I think it's a similar situation here with Chiefs. So what do you do now? I mean, is now Man United's new coach now, would he be judged on either winning the Europa League, or would he be judged on his title position? Considering that he only came in halfway through that season. So I think let's bring it back to South Africa with Nabi there. I think they've got to give him a chance. I think they've got to give him a chance.
Thabiki.
Yeah. He was swapping and changing of coaches doesn't work, It doesn't work. You need that stability. The team needs to know, this is our coach, not this guy one day, this guy the other day. It's you got to sit it out a little bit. But sure, they've got to work on the league title performances, I would say.
But Pete, if I may ask you this question, here's Arsenal. They've given Arteta chance, but Arsenal always,
just fall short
all the time. So what do you say? And that argument, you say, should Arsenal continue to have Arteta? How long Arteta has been there now? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Well, it's about 2-3 years now, isn't it? 2-3 seasons,
No, I think he has done way past 3 seasons now.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Surprising. Time flies,
Yeah. So we don't know. He hasn't brought anything, but what he has brought is stability. They've qualified at least, not yet, for the Champions League. Okay? Not yet. With Wenger, in terms of the league and all that, he was not strong in that. Okay? But Wenger made them a lot of money. That one I'll never forget. Wenger built them a stadium because Wenger would get unknown players. They would always qualify for the Champions League. And they were very competitive. Do you understand? So if you want to dispose such a coach, you look at it and say, gee, this guy is making us a lot of money in the brand of football that they play, So that I hear what you are saying, but I'm saying you put that argument, you look at Arteta, what do you do? But I hear maybe this thing of changing coaches is not good. But having said that, as I said, when I listened to Tsovila, I said, look at Sundowns. Mangoba played about 5 games, they changed him, they brought Cardoso. Then he won the league. All right. Of course, he found others having done something. But when you look at Sundowns now, you can see what is happening at the team. They're not confused. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying, but I'm giving an argument to say, if you look at that and compare it, Thabiki, what's your take?
Thank you again. With me, Arteta brought on, I'm a touch base on Arsenal first, and then I think he also brought stability. The team plays good football for me, attacking football. It's just that they're not, when it comes to winning trophies, they're not there. But however, he has brought on the FA Cup. I think it was 2 years ago. They beat Manchester City, if I remember correctly. Again, you also touched base on Manchester United about Ferguson. That's a good example. We can also put in Peter Msimane there on Sundowns. They gave him a chance. He gave them results. I think Nabi also deserves a chance for me too, because it's only one season. In his first season, he gave us a trophy, and I think he's also gonna qualify Chiefs for the top 8. So let's just give him a chance for next season, just the whole season, not the half a season. Let's just give him a chance for the whole season, for him to show us what he's really about. Because on the first season, you can't really judge a coach on one season. I think also with Mamelodi, Sundowns were really unfair. Even if Mamelodi was there for the whole season, they should have given him more chance to fail. Just like they gave the Rolanis, the Pitos, the other coaches in the past. So for me, let's just give Nabi a chance. I think he's beginning to gel with the players a bit, and then let's just give him a chance to sign the players that he needs, and then he'll show us who is Nabi actually. So let's just give him another chance. Let's not judge him on one season and say he's not a good coach. Yes, thank you.
Okay, you know what? To add on what you said, if I listen very well, having said what you said, guys, in terms of Nabi, and I agree with you, this thing of chop and changing coaches, the players, you may end up confusing them. Remember, each and every coach, when he comes in, he starts something. If you remember Mangoba, Mangoba, what did he do? He benched your Mkwena, your other people, Mudau and so on, all right? And there was a tension already. So every coach will do that. And then when Cardoso started, at the beginning, there was like a bit of a resistance and so on. And, those are some of the things that you need to look at. So changing coaches sometimes also has its own detrimental. But if I listen very well to, I'm not saying it's true, what is coming out from Naturena, I think Chiefs, they want to give him a go. They want to be fair to him and buy him whatever material that he wants. All right? So that you judge him based on the material that he has. But unfortunately, Chiefs find themselves in a very predicament situation, because we know, Thabiki know, all of us, we know that if Chiefs want a player, the price becomes something else. It becomes something else, no matter how much the player was, but because it's Chiefs. So, so it's a very delicate situation to be treated. They're moving on ice.
Thin ice.
Yeah, very thin ice, as Kaizer Chiefs. Because Dr. Kaizer Mtaung has to satisfy everybody, their supporters and so on. You know what? Everybody was wishing for Chiefs to win. Your players, your so on, because we need Chiefs. When Chiefs, and you know what? After they've won, the excitement, it was like half of South Africa was so excited. So that's what you need, basically, that vibe. It's very, very important. Even people that we don't know, they're supporting Chiefs, they were coming out, I'm a Chiefs fan. So that's what you all need, basically. I will also tend to agree with you to say maybe it would be wrong to judge him based on the players that he found there. But there are other people. Look at Rivero, for instance. I bring another argument. Rivero got the players, they had Pirates. But what happened? He made them do well. So you need to balance this thing. But maybe, to be fair enough, allow him to continue. Allow him to continue. Let him get the players that he wants. But guys, I want to share good news for you. Amachita, they've done very well. They are going to the final. They'll be playing the final very soon. Let's see. Let me do this quickly. Amachita, they are playing the finals with Morocco on the 18th, which is Sunday, and then at 9 o'clock. Big up to Amachita. Remember, they're also going to the World Cup, under 20 World Cup, which is big. And then even I think under 17, they're also going to the World Cup. South African football is rising. And then this brings the whole argument that I always have Thabiki to say, if you judge Danny Jordan, you judge him based on what? Whether he's a failure or not. Because as a leader, you must sort things out in the field of play. Similar to Laporta. Laporta, when he's in charge of Barcelona, they've won treble. How do you judge a person? Yes, it was a poor decision that he made around the issue of Messi. I'll never forgive him for that. But do you really say the person has underperformed when he has won treble? Pete, what do you say here?
You will be judged by your merits, and the merits in terms of football is trophies. I mean, everybody remembers the present until 3-4 years from now, and they look back, and then they'll do basically what we did post the meeting and looking at trophies. How many have won this one? How many have won that one? They don't see the intricacies that we see now about whether they finished, eighth or whatever the case may be. They see the trophies, and at the end of the day, whether you say it's luck, which is uttered, or whether it wasn't, you make your own luck. That's the way I see it. They take the opportunities as they come, and that's why the trophy's in the cabinet there.
No, it's John who says luck. It's not me. Hey, Thabiki.
Yeah, sure. No,
Thabiki, what's your take?
For me, I'm going to speak about the Sundowns coach Cardoso.
Okay.
I'm telling
Let's
you, if
move on.
loses,
I was talking about Danny Jordan for now. We'll go to Sundowns. I was talking to Danny Jordan. Look, I'm not a Danny Jordan fan. I don't know him. I've never met him. I know they are very close with Saddam, but I was just looking at football. But if, let's say, he loses his position based on other factors, because remember, leadership is not about football. It's also about how do you run the association and so on and so on and so on. So those are some of the things that they're outside football. I say, if you analyze him in terms of football, he has done well. The same goes to Laporta. If you analyze him in terms of football, because I think the next election of Barcelona is going to be challenged. But I think the biggest blunder that he made, that poor judgment as far as I'm concerned, by letting Messi go. And I don't think they'll forgive him for that. But I'm saying in terms of football, what do you say? For me, I said they've done well. Let's move on. Now, it's not only Amajita on Sunday. You can also watch the guys for the third place, and then which is Nigeria. The game between us and Nigeria, it's big. It doesn't matter. Yeah. It's big. Whether it's under 20, whether it's Banyana, the game between us. And then guess what? The chances are we are going to be deducted 3 points. Bafana. And our game, we are going to play who? Nigeria. So it's going to be wafa because Nigeria, they want us to be deducted those 3 points. But to be honest with you, I don't think Nigeria are unfair. They suffer the same fate themselves. All right? So if you don't play according to the rules, why not? Suffer the fate. But I think in the field of play, we need to beat them so that we move on. So, yeah. Now, let's go to Pete. I know we want to talk about Sundowns. I want Pete to talk about the analysis of Man City, which is his team. Are they having a good season? Man United, Man United, this is like a shock. Those who grew up 14, 15, they don't know Man United being at that position. But guess what? That's where they are now. They are there, languishing there. So, Pete, what's your analysis?
I think we can relate this to the Nabi situation there. The United have had many coaches over the last season or two there, and to me, it really is unsettling for players in the club as such. Now they brought this new coach in from Portugal. His name escapes me at the moment now, but I think you've got to give this guy a chance. I mean, he's had a really difficult time. Again, they lost again last night against Chelsea, 1-0. Yeah.
Which guy are you talking to? Are you talking about
the Man United coach now?
Man United coach. All right.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if I'm answering your question there. Just repeat the question.
No, the question is that analysis that you are giving me before we go on air.
Did they have a good season? City.
Yeah, but City in comparison with Man United. Remember the rivalry between the two still hot.
Yeah, sure. Well, if you're judging them on league position alone, then Man City have had an indifferent season for them and for the class of players that they've had versus the relatively difficult squad, I would say, that the coach is working with at Man United there. I think they need a lot of new blood in there for this to get better, and maybe the money will be made available for him to buy some new players or bring through. They've got some very exciting youth at Man United there, and I think they should give them a chance. So did United have a good season? City have a good season? Well, as we pretty much realize now, United in the final of the Europa Cup and City in the final of the FA Cup. Depending on how those results roll out. And I don't think Man City have got an easy game by any measure of the, of any measure at all, for that matter. I mean, Crystal Palace have never won a major trophy, and they've got some good players up front there, these guys, and I think they'll be going for it today. So I think we're in for a torrid time at Wembley today. And United playing Tottenham Hotspur, which have had a very indifferent season, very much like United's, actually. Very much like United. We will be judged, I think, on the results there of those two games.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I know Thabiki want to speak about Mamelodi Sundowns. We are just going to jump to that one. But before I go there, I just want to show you the history. At some point, these two guys played together, Jomo and Ace, for Toronto Blizzard. Yeah. They never played together here at home. I know they tried to do that, but it never happened. Ace was one of those best players this country has ever seen. If you have seen the football of Zinedine Zidane, that's the football that Ace was playing. Well, Jomo was a dribbling wizard. Your Messi and then they were playing two contracts football. But my favorite has always, I watched both of them, fortunately. My favorite has always been Jomo Sono. I've been on Jomo's side, and that's it. So Thabiki, you say Mamelodi Sundowns, as you want us to talk about Mamelodi Sundowns, but let me just say to you, while we are still going to check what Mamelodi Sundowns, they have just acquired a sponsor, a youth sponsor, Mamelodi Sundowns. And then, so I just want to share the news of Mamelodi Sundowns having acquired a sponsor with Cherry. You know the car Cherry, that sponsor they will sponsor Mamelodi Sundowns. They'll be there for them, supporting them. Technical, that is their vehicle sponsor. That's the statement from Cherry, and then we got the statement from Mamelodi Sundowns. Remember, when they share the news, what we'll do, we'll always share Thabiki the news. Okay. Now, so Mamelodi Sundowns is proud to announce Cherry South Africa is proud to officially sponsor or partner with Mamelodi Sundowns, one of South Africa's most decorated and popular football club, known as the Brazilians. For their bold style of play, their iconic yellow kit, Sundowns have a rich history that spans over 5 decades. The club is a powerhouse locally across the continent with the record number of league titles, numerous domestic cups, and continental triumph in the CAF Champions League and Africa. Remember Africa Football League that they won? It was staged and it was won by Sundowns. Okay, so the CEO was saying they are thrilled to partner Mamelodi Sundowns, whom they regard as one of the best brands. And then, so yeah, that's very good for Mamelodi Sundowns. They will be given the fleet of SUVs and various other things as they go to the games. So, Thabiki, what did you want to say about Sundowns? You wanted to say something?
Yes. First of all, congratulations to Mamelodi Sundowns for winning their 8th straight league title. You know, hey, I don't want to talk a lot of things, but then for me, that's called dominance. You know, dominance. We don't want to say it's a famous league. The league is very competitive, but then Sundowns always comes up on top, you know, because they have experience, they have quality players. So congratulations to them. And again, congratulations for them for partnering with Cherry again, you know. Yeah, it means good things are coming their way. They are also going to the Club World Cup soon, you know. And then, yeah, and good luck to them for making it into the Champions League, into the CAF Champions League final. And I hope they bring it home also. So what I wanted to say earlier on when you stopped me, it's about Cardoso. That's how Cardoso, what I'm going to say, this is how Cardoso is going to be judged. If he loses the Champions League, he loses the MTN 8, just like Rolani did, that's when he'll be chased out of Sundowns. That one I know, that one will happen. Just like Rolani got out. He lost the Champions League and he lost the MTN 8, and then he went to Morocco. So that one I say about coaches earlier on. But however, Sundowns are doing good at the moment.
Okay, let's talk about the most successful teams in the world in terms of the league titles. Number 1, it's Linkfield from Northern Ireland, having won the league title 57 times, followed by Celtic from Scotland 55 times, Rangers from Scotland 55 times too, and then Peñarol from Uruguay 52 times. And then Nacional in Uruguay, also they won the league title 49 times. Olympiacos in Greece, they won it 48 times. And Olympia in Paraguay, they won it 47 times. And then Olympia, there's Olympia Tagu. Well, it's a Japanese team. Honduras, they won 45 times. And then guess what? In Africa, we are represented by Al Ahly. We have taken it 44 times. And then the last, number 10, is South China in Hong Kong. They have won the league 41 times. And now let's come back home. Kaizer Chiefs, they've won the league title 18 times. And then Mamelodi Sundowns 18 times. Orlando Pirates, guess what? 9 times overall. But Kaizer Chiefs has about 93 trophies in a period of 47 years. And then Mamelodi Sundowns has about, that's Pirates. Pirates has about 88 titles, not the league, but trophies. And then Mamelodi Sundowns have won the league 18 times, and then the trophies 17 times. So those 3 teams are doing exceptionally well. That's longevity. So that's why it's difficult to coach those teams. And then, again, I want to say big up to Mamelodi Sundowns. If you look at our national squad across, whether it's ladies, meaning Banyana, under 20, under 17, it's Kabuyelo, national squad Kabuyelo. Big up Kabuyelo. And tomorrow you'll be saying, I'm a Sundowns fan. I'm not. the facts that I see. So, and that's it. I'm a Cosmos team, and then that's it. Now, and Messi team. Those are two teams that I support. Any team that Messi plays for, I support that team. So those are the news. And then what's your take about that, Pete? That history?
I think a comparison I'd like to see would be those leagues where those champions have resided and got the most there. They're ranked in terms of their difficulty, if you like. Which are the stronger leagues versus the not so strong, and then see how that would stack up with the performance in those leagues. But I think that would be a nice comparison, I think. But yes, I mean, look, big up to the guys. They're obviously doing something right in those leagues, and we celebrate them.
Honestly speaking, when it comes to league, English league is best. It's best in terms of in terms of resources. Okay, they get a lot of what do you call TV rights,
sponsorships,
and sponsors. Okay, and then the best players are playing there, and the football you can see it. But when it comes to football, I think La Liga is number one. Because why I say that, if you look at Champions League, La Liga is always there, and they win. Although in most cases it's always Barcelona and Real Madrid, But but if you look at football, you can watch English football. Lower teams, you'll enjoy football. You see, but in terms of titles, La Liga is number one. And what I've noticed, Brazilian players, they prefer to go to La Liga. And that's it. That's my opinion. And then big up to Dr. Ivan Koza with his team. Yeah, in terms of PSL, they've done exceptionally well. I mean, this thing of UC, as much as I say SAFA, remember the league also, because they allow them to play week in, week out. If the league is strong, then it makes us look good. And guess what? We had Pirates in the CAF Champions League this year, and Mamelodi Sundowns, which goes to the finals. Can you see that? So that tells that our league has really improved, even financially. Dr. Koza has built the league to be a very strong, very competitive financially. I don't know whether you want to say something. Do you want to add before we close?
Yes. Let's not forget Stellenbosch also represented as well in the CAF Confederation Cup. I hope they also qualify again for they take number 3 here in the PSL, in the Betway Premiership here at home, so that they can continue what they do along with Kaizer Chiefs. I hope they'll also make it up to the knockout stage also. But either way, our league is doing fine. You can see by our national team also, I hope they keep it up. They take the momentum forward. I hope Bafana also qualifies for the World Cup also. Thank you.
Okay. Pete?
I agree completely. Got to keep the momentum going now.
Yeah. No, they if they can stop their squabbles, the backroom squabbles, we can go far.
Sure.
They fight a lot, these guys. Yeah. If they can stop that, we can go far. But big up to everybody, guys. Thank you so much. And then Pete, have a very good day. And then
that depends on what happens this afternoon.
No, don't worry, man. You know what?
It'll be a good game, and it'll be a very close game, I think. Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I don't miss the games of Inter Miami. I was looking forward for them to go to the finals of the A. They were beaten, and Messi didn't take it well, Because even now he hasn't signed the renewal contracts, and they're offering him so much money. But I think he's angry, very angry. Well, I'm not sure. These are the news that we pick up from social media, that he's not happy. But Beckham has said it before. But it's not only Beckham. Everybody have said it who interacted with him. They said, this guy doesn't want to lose. Even in a friendly, in a practice, doesn't want to lose.
The mark of a champion.
Yeah, so that's it. Yeah. And thank you so much, Pete, for being available. It was nice having you again after we missed you for so many weeks, man. Yeah. No, that's good. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Good. Have a good day, guys, and good day to the viewers, and let us know what you think.
Exactly. Subscribe, continue to like, and then engage.
And comment.
Really appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you. Thabiki?
Thank you very much, guys, for the lovely show, and then have a good day to you two guys, and then to the viewers, to keep on liking and subscribing, and then commenting also, like Pete say, and then let us know what you think about our topics, the show also, so that we can also try and improve where we like. And then thank you very much, and then good luck to Manchester City. I hope they win it for Guardiola's sake, because I think he's leaving at the end of the season. So thank you very much for the lovely show.
No, I won't leave.
No, he's not leaving.
Yeah,
I think he's there for about another two seasons, I think.
Now, apart from that, Pep is this coach who doesn't want to be defeated. And if you look at it, Pep has done well with Barcelona. He has accumulated many trophies with Barcelona. He has done well with Man City. He has brought so many trophies at Man City, more than any other coach at Man City. So I think that there were a few things that were disturbing him on personal level. And I don't think Pep will back down. And if Pep leaves Man City to destination, it's either Pep is going to go to the national team. I think he was eyeing the Brazilian national team, but it looks like Ancelotti is going to be the coach there. Or back to Barcelona. Those are two destinations that I think Pep will take. And that's it. Thank you, guys. Much appreciated. And then please, we like you because you are always with us. Rekao Fela, Remoho, we are together on Sesam, Rotle, Singwe. The beat goes on. Thank you.
Mamelodi Sundowns are the champions. Final whistle is gone here at East London. Another convincing win. And Miguel Cardoso can celebrate a first league title in South African football. It was never really in doubt, but it is now confirmed. Sundowns the champions for the 24-25 season and for the 8th campaign in a row. It really has been total dominance.
Dominance personified as Cardoso takes it in with a prayer. They've been excellent. They've been thorough. Their depth came to the party. Their quality came to the party. And it is celebrations all around. A deserved championship for the champions. The captain celebrates. Chippa United came to the races. They never made it easy for Sundowns, but it is the elite Sundowns that walk away with the 3 points and sum up the 2024-2025 Betway Premiership as deserved champions.